Hey everyone, and welcome. Ever feel like your words could use a little something extra? How to make your language more powerful and, well, just more flavorful? Well, today we're diving into the secret spices of language. I mean, let's be real for a second. Sometimes our everyday conversations can feel a bit flat, a little feaky, kind of boring. We've got these amazing thoughts in our heads, but the words we use just don't quite capture the feeling. But that's all about to change, because in this explainer, we are going to learn how to add some serious masala, some real punch to our language. We're talking about making everything you say way more memorable and impactful. And our secret ingredient for all this is something called a figure of speech. Now, don't let that name fool you. It sounds way more formal than it is. It's simply about using words in a creative way, going beyond their literal dictionary meaning to create a special effect. It's like painting a picture with words, not just stating a boring fact. So you ready? Let's meet our first squad of linguistic spices. I like to call them the comparison crew. This is all about making your point clearer and way more interesting by connecting different things. First up, we've got the simile. Now, iska funda is super simple. You're comparing two totally different things. But, and this is the key, you use the words like or as to spell it out. It's a straight-up A is like B situation. For example, if I say, you sing like Udit Narayan, I'm comparing your voice to a legend, and that little word like makes it a simile. Or, check out this classic line, I wandered lonely as a cloud. The person isn't actually a cloud, right? But they feel as lonely as one. See? It's those words like and as that are the dead giveaways. Okay, now meet simile's cooler, more subtle cousin, the metaphor. This also compares two different things, but it gets rid of like or as. It just makes a direct statement. It's made direct connection, hey, no messing around. And you can really feel the power here, can't you? Shakespeare didn't say the world is like a stage. He said it is a stage. Boom, it's a much bolder claim. Same thing if I say, you are a lion. I'm not just saying you're brave. I'm saying you are the courage of a lion. It just hits harder, And this little cartoon just nails the difference perfectly. The simile is kind of polite, right? You are like a weasel. But the metaphor goes straight for it. You are a weasel. One is a comparison, the other is a flat-out declaration. Dika, there's a huge difference. Okay, moving on from comparisons, let's switch gears and dive into our next category. This one is all about having fun with sounds to make your language more musical and catchy. Welcome to the game of sound. First in the sound department, we've got alliteration. This is basically when the same sound keeps popping up at the beginning of words that are close together. That starting sound just repeats over and over, and it creates this rhythm that's just really nice to hear. I mean, you all know this one, right? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. That repeating P sound just rolls off your tongue. That's alliteration at work, making the phrase super fun and almost impossible to forget. Next up is a personal favorite of mine, onomatopoeia. Such a fun word to say, and the idea is just as simple. The word itself sounds like the noise it's describing. Jesse Avaz, what's a word? Just think of old school comic books. All those words like boom, crash, whack, bang. When you read those words, you don't just see them, you can almost hear them in your head. That's the amazing power of onomatopoeia. All right, our final group for today. This one is for all you drama kings and queens out there. This is all about playing with exaggeration and the opposite of it to create a really big emotional impact. Let's call it the drama club. And the star of this club is definitely hyperbole. This is the art of going way, way over the top. It's total exaggeration, right? It's not supposed to be taken literally. The whole point is to emphasize something. Matlabi blows something up so big that nobody can miss your point. Just look at this. She cried so long that she made a lake. Now, obviously that's impossible. No one can cry a lake. But wow, it just paints such a powerful picture of how incredibly sad she was. The exaggeration does all the work. And then on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you've got understatement. This is where you play it cool. You deliberately downplay something huge, making it seem way less serious than it actually is. It can be a very cool and often pretty funny way to get your point across. This example is a classic. Imagine you've absolutely totaled your car. The thing's a wreck. And you just shrug and say, it's just a little scratch. That massive gap between reality and what you're saying,
That's where the humor is. So really, both hyperbole and understatement bend reality a bit to make a point more powerfully.
So by now, you're probably thinking, okay, this is great for poets and writers, but what about me? Well, here is the absolute best part. You're already doing all of this. This stuff is part of our everyday speech.
Seriously? Think about it. The comparisons of simile and metaphor, the fun sounds of alliteration and onomatopoeia, the drama of hyperbole and understatement. This entire masala box is already in your kitchen. You use these tools all the time.
I mean, come on, how many times have you said this? I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. That's pure hyperbole right there. You use it without even thinking about it. See, you're already a master at adding masala to your language. So now that you can actually put a name to all these awesome tools, the only question left is, which one is your favorite? What's your go-to figure of speech to sprinkle into your conversations and really make them sizzle? Think about it and start spicing up your words today. Thanks for tuning in.